We have before us the Asus Republic of Gamers Strix Scope NX TKL keyboard. This one comes in Moonlight White. There's also a black version, but I'm really excited to have the Moonlight White version next to the Moonlight White G15. It's a great combination. Now, I've been wanting one of these keyboards for a long time. This comes with the NX Cherry keys. This is the NX Blue, so it's the longest of the key travel. And there's just something so satisfying and nostalgic. I'm a huge nostalgia person. There's something so nostalgic about these mechanical keyboards. Let's go ahead and get into this thing. We're gonna do a full unboxing and walk through the intricate details and my thoughts on the keyboard and why I think it's one of the most satisfying keyboards to use as somebody with a dedicated space to work on. Getting into it right away, there's so many nice features about this keyboard. It comes with Aurora RGB backlighting and it looks so, okay, secret. I've already unboxed it and looked at it. This isn't the first time. I couldn't help when I got in the studio. So I've already kind of checked it out, got sneaky on you. Okay, so here it is coming out of the bag. It just looks so clean. I like the silver and white and gray combination. The black one is cool looking. It just doesn't stand out as much as the white. It looks so refreshing. I just think that white is just so clean and beautiful. The black, like I said, is cool, but just doesn't hold a candle to this white version. Let's go ahead and get it plugged in so it can start lighting up and doing its fancy thing. And then we'll talk through more of the details and what makes this keyboard stand out. One thing I really love about the keyboard is how the light kind of diffuses across the silver plating of the actual keyboard deck and just really shines and stands out. I have it on rainbow mode right now, so it's kind of cycling through the colors. And the RGB lighting is just so crisp and clean. I think that's one thing, if I could say anything about this keyboard, is it just feels clean. They haven't over-designed it. They've kept it very simple. They haven't used these crazy fonts. The font is very modern, but with a little bit of gamer flair here. You can see in the W, it's got kind of a unique look to the font, and in the M, overall, they haven't overdone it. I feel as if that's one thing that happens with gaming components is they can often overdo it with design. And for me, being that this is a channel for creative professionals, I wanted something clean, but still showing some fun personality. And that's what I feel like this keyboard really accomplishes. Now, getting more technical, let's run through some of the details really quickly of these NX Cherry keys. Now, these are the blue keys, and their tactical force is 65 GF, so 65 gram force, and their actuation force is about 43 grams. So the actuation point is 2.3 millimeters, and the total travel of the key is 4 millimeters. Now the actuation versus the reset point is 0.1 millimeters. It is so minimal, and that's what makes this keyboard so accurate when you're typing on it. You don't get a lot of double strokes or extra space bars. It is such an accurate keyboard. Now the click ratio is 16%, and as I said, blue is the longest key travel. They also have red and brown versions of this keyboard, and I'll list those up on the screen right now so you can see the different travels between each of those. Now, if you're somebody who's going to be more on the go, I recommend checking out the Falcon NX. It's a little bit smaller. This is an 80% keyboard. The Falcon is a 65%. So basically it's going to cut off this section here. And these cluster of arrow keys are going to be moved right here onto the keyboard. If I were going to be more on the go, I would probably go for that keyboard over the 80% because it's just a little bit bigger of a keyboard. Now the keyboard does have onboard memory to save 5 custom profiles plus macros. You can quickly record macros by toggling on the Alt key, and you can record quick sequences of keystrokes to speed up your workflow, which can be really great for video editing, Photoshop, design work, whatever it might be that you're doing, 3D modeling, After Effects, whatever it is you're doing. Now this keyboard does require you to always be plugged in. This is not a battery powered keyboard. So that'd be one area where I'd be like, it'd be cool if it was battery powered, but then again, it'd probably be thicker and chunkier, and I'm totally fine with it being plugged in because even if you're going on the go with this keyboard, you can quickly plug it into your laptop. But for me, this is gonna sit at my main editing rig on my desk. So I'm not too concerned with it being plugged in because the current keyboard I use is plugged in. So it's not gonna be a change at all for me. Now we do have some feet along the bottom to give it a little bit of an elevation compared to if it did not have those feet. And you can also buy a wrist rest for your keyboard so you're a little more level, which helps with the old carpal tunnel if you're typing or gaming a lot. Now, one feature that stands out that they actually won a innovation award at Computex in 2019 is the large control click here. Okay, now this is something that is really important to myself. The Control key is something I actually use a lot in my daily workflow, and I often end up hitting the stinking Windows function button, which who in humanity uses the Windows function button? Comment below if you are an avid Windows function button user. I am not. So not only do you have a large Control key, but you can also lock the Windows key by pressing Function Windows. Done. No more Windows key ever, because I never use it and I don't want it. I'm actually tempted to just pull that key off, because you can do that with a mechanical keyboard. Kind of cool. Now here's a quick sample of me typing on the keyboard to see how absolutely glorious this keyboard sounds. Now, to be totally honest, I don't know how much my wife is actually going to enjoy me having this keyboard, because it is definitely a lot louder than my old keyboard. So I'll put up a little YouTube post for y'all in a few weeks if she's like, why is your keyboard so loud? And I'll say, because it's nostalgic and glorious. That is why. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and toggle through all the different backlighting settings. These are just the ones that are pre-installed. There's even more that you have the option to use. You can set up customized backlighting effects, but we have static, breathing, color cycle. You can actually change the speed at how quickly it cycles through these colors. So I could change it to slow, and it slows down the cycle. I like slow a little better than normal. Fast just gets crazy. It's like a turbocharge. And then rainbow, which is actually my favorite. I love rainbow because I love seeing all the colors, and I actually have my PC build set up on rainbow, so it's gonna be fun. These two are gonna work together. Then we have reactive, which basically means each time you type a key, it activates the color. And then you have ripple, which each time you click a key, it like sends the color out. That one is really, really cool. Starry night, which makes it, you know, stars in the sky. Quicksand, which makes it look like it's like sinking down, like the colors are sinking. Current, which is more like a heartbeat. So it kind of goes across your keyboard like a heartbeat. And then raindrop, the rain droplets on your keyboard. That one looks pretty cool. It's like rain comes down, almost like it's falling rain. And then the Aurora Sync is more of the customizable, and what that'll do is it will sync up to whatever device you're hooked into. So for me, it's gonna sync up to my PC build, which I think is really sweet. And then the last function that a lot of people are really excited about, but I have no use for, is like the shadow mode. So basically what it is when you click it, it mutes your computer and then pulls away all your windows. So, I mean, to be honest, like, I think that key's kind of not good, because, I mean, then you have no accountability about what you're doing on your computer, and why do you need shadow mode? What are you doing that nobody else should see, huh? Huh? What you doing? What you watching? So think about that. A little conviction there for you on this Friday afternoon. I don't have a watch on. But anyway, I probably won't use that key. I'm trying to not do anything in my life that nobody else can know about. Just bringing it out there. Overall, I love the simplicity. I love the focus of the keyboard. I love the aluminum build quality. I love the lighting. This is also another cool feature. The lighting actually is here on the bar. And so the lighting pops out a little bit of everywhere. The large Control key is a must for me, which is why it's something I didn't even consider before finding out and getting this keyboard. That's something that they introduced that was unique to them that I think is such a fantastic feature that I wouldn't have even thought of. I knew I was annoyed that I kept hitting the Windows key, but I wouldn't have thought of like, hey, let's go ahead and make the Control key longer and make that Windows key lockable. Why not? And so there's just some nice little touches that make this keyboard such a great asset to your workflow. Links if you're ready to make a purchase, likes if this video has brought you some value, and subs if you don't want to miss out on the future uploads. I'll see you here in the next one.